everyone. I just wanted to do a quick intro to this video. This is backtracking to the end of July with our TTC journey. If you don't know what that means, it's trying to conceive. So this was actually the month before I got pregnant, but in the video I talk about all of the year back from last December to July. I will just put a little trigger warning out there that I do mention in December I had a super early loss, and as you can see in the video, I wasn't like totally sure, but after getting pregnant again I was like confirmed, so that just kind of confirmed that I was pregnant before. So I talk about that, so if that's difficult for you to listen to, you might want to skip past that. And then I just kind of talk about like the struggles of trying to conceive, because it's not always just super exciting and fun, and it's not always just all like fun and exciting. There's like a huge like emotional side to it that is actually like really difficult. So I talk about that a lot. So it's not the happiest of videos, but there's like there's a happy outcome to it, and just in the video I just talk about my struggles and all of that stuff. I've just never like really posted anything like that before, so if I have a hard time like getting my thoughts out, just bear with me. So yeah, I hope that this can help somebody maybe who's going through something similar, or just kind of give a better understanding of when people are trying to have a baby and maybe stuff that isn't super supportive to them. And maybe just a reminder, like, not everybody gets pregnant super easily, so maybe don't just ask random people like, oh, when are you having kids? Why haven't you had a baby yet? Like, stuff like that. So yeah, just a trigger warning that this is not a super happy video. It's just real. So it's real struggles, and I just wanted to talk about that. So again, time frame is I filmed it at the end of July. So I had just started my August cycle, which I didn't know would be the cycle that I would get pregnant at. But yeah, just backtracking to when things were not so fun and exciting and all of that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and there will be more pregnancy videos on the way shortly. Hi everyone, how are you guys? Also, sorry if you can hear the noise in my car. This is just another car vlog because that's what works best for me right now. Also, sorry my car is a mess. Didn't realize how much you guys can see at this angle, and it's not great. And also, I have no idea when you guys are gonna see this video, because it's probably gonna be a while from the time I actually film it. It's the end of July right now, 2020. Hopefully you'll be seeing this in the same year. But I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my TTC journey. So I just wanted to kind of document like where I'm at now, and just trying to, I guess, keep up with that in the moment. So I just want to talk about like where I'm at with my TTC journey. I'll just go ahead and say I did not think it was gonna be like this, I guess. I don't know, you're always taught like growing up that it's like so easy. It just seems like it's so easy to get pregnant, or at least like that's how it was for me. It was very much like, yeah, you have to be super careful because, you know, you can get pregnant super easily, which I'm not saying is not true, because that can definitely happen. And I get like, you know, you're educating teenagers about like sexual education, so I get you want to kind of like scare them in a way, I guess. But from doing that, like, even just in, like, I'm gonna use the term, like, in media, like in movies, shows, it always, like, there's always so much around, like, accidental pregnancy, that it just seems to me like it's a very common thing, which it could still be, but I don't think it's as much of a thing as I thought it was, or at least to me, it's definitely not as easy to get pregnant as people might make it seem. And then once you're actually, like, trying to make that happen, it just seems like if it doesn't happen immediately, then it just made me feel like something's wrong with me. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick pop in here. As I'm editing this, I'm seeing that the way I explained this, I feel like it wasn't clear on what I was actually meaning. So when I mean, like, growing up, I felt like it was really taught that it's so easy to get pregnant and, like, all this stuff. I didn't necessarily mean from, like, my parents or anything like that. I was homeschooled, but more so from, like, hearing it from, like, friends in school and through church and all of this stuff, not from, like, my family. I just wanted to, like, specify that. It wasn't, like, a how I was raised thing. It's, like, the area I was raised in, I guess. I don't really know. Just wanted to do that little pop in to hopefully make sure that all made sense. Just wanted to preface that and give a little warning before I get into that. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit, but backtrack to December of 2019. I actually thought that I was pregnant. I had literally so many symptoms. I was nauseous, even though it would have been, like, super early / was really early. I'm of the belief that, like, you can get pregnancy symptoms, like, some people can get them, like, immediately. I think I'm of the belief that everyone is different, and if someone could get pregnancy symptoms, like, literally immediately, I totally think that could be a thing. And I started getting, like, super nauseous. I would feel sick at literally the smell of any food, even, like, foods that I loved. I could barely eat anything, which I thought was super weird. My breasts were really sore. They were actually, like, changing. Like, I actually, like, they were getting, like, swollen, I guess you could say. And, like, I could notice that, like, my boobs were getting slightly bigger. And I was like, that's weird. So it's not just, I don't just think that everything was, like, just in my head. Because I also think, like, sometimes you want something so badly, like, you start having symptoms of it. But I don't think that's what happened here, because I noticed, like, physical changes with myself. And it's just too many things that, like, I just had that feeling, like, in my heart that, like, I'm pregnant. There's no other way to explain it other than that. I had a lot of, like, crazy, like, mood swings. I had really, like, vivid dreams. Like, I had so many symptoms to where, like, we were, like, planning, like, okay, like, how are we gonna, like, tell people and all this stuff, and we were actually getting, like, really excited, because at this point we hadn't started, like, trying yet, but I had been talking about it, and I had wanted to, like, start trying, just because I'm like, who knows, like, how long it might take us, and all of that stuff, and it was just, like, something that I wanted, and I'm still of the belief that, like, I don't think it was just nothing. So then I ended up getting my period maybe a day or two late. I had taken a couple of tests, and a couple of them I could see, like, a super duper faint line, but they were also, like, the blue tests, which I know are not super accurate. And then when I tested again with a pink test, there wasn't anything. But like I said, I'm also not convinced that it wasn't anything, because of just, like, how I felt. And I literally was, like, convinced that I was pregnant. And then once I got my period, it was a couple days late, and it was like, I normally have really heavy periods, but it was like pretty heavy. And it was like, I normally have like some clotting and stuff, but it just felt like a little bit more so. So I do think that it was probably like a chemical pregnancy of some sort, where it was just like super early, because I don't know, just like too much like happened for me to believe that it just was nothing, you know? And then once I got like my period, it was literally like so crushing. I can't even explain. Like, if you're one of the people that like knew what was going on, you know how like upset I was, and it was so crushing. And that's what made us really realize, I guess, like what we wanted, and that was like, that we were both like really excited about. And it was really hard to go through that, and sometimes like it's still hard because it's also getting close to when like that due date would have been, and so that's like really hard as well. And like I said, like, even though there's nothing like confirmed that it was a chemical pregnancy or anything like that, like I said, I'm just going off of like the feeling that I had. And then once, like I said, like once I got that period, like it was literally, I felt like my heart just got like trampled on by like got ran over by a truck or something. Like, it was so crushing, and I had to like deal with that for like a long time. Like I said, I still like have days where I get like upset about it, because it just felt so like, I don't know, it's hard to explain it unless you've gone through something like that, or know people close to you who've gone through something like that. But it was like, it was rough. That was definitely like, that was one of the hardest things I've ever gone through, which is why I don't think that it was nothing. And like I said, the period that I had, like, it was, I already, if you know from my videos about my endometriosis symptoms and all of that stuff, you'll already have like heard the information that like my periods are really heavy anyway. But it was like a little bit more heavy, and it just seemed like it was like something else other than just like my normal period. So dealing with the emotional side of that, and then dealing with like the physical side, like I always have a lot of pain during my period anyway, so that wasn't anything new. But just to have all of that at the same time was really, really hard. And like I said, there's still days where I like get a little emotional about it, because you do get like excited, even if it's something that like we weren't like currently trying for. It was still exciting once, you know, you start getting all these symptoms, and you notice like I said, like I even noticed like changes like with my body, and not like my stomach or anything, but like I said, I had like breast changes and stuff like that, and it was just, it all happened like really fast. And then for that all to like come crashing down really fast was like, it was rough. So yeah, that was really hard. And I think, like I said, that's what really like kicked me into gear, I guess, of like, okay, I really want to start trying, because something like that really makes you realize like what you're more like ready for, I guess. If you know, you know. So if you've been through something like that, you understand. Hey guys, super lazy outro, but I'm just gonna have to end the video here because I forgot my YouTube limit is like 15 minutes. So I'm gonna end it here. Sorry, it's like a super random part to end it on. And then I will pick back up in the next video.